Yo, can you guys hear me? Yeah, alright, what up? Man, there is nobody in this area at all. It's nuts. I always go over here to do this quest. It's actually the worst quest ever. I'm gonna kill this guy. I don't want to. I hate having to kill like a level 57, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a little bit cheesy. But it's like, they give you like 25% credit, so it's like, you're dumb if you don't. Like, I'm gonna kill this guy too. I don't want to kill you.
Mercenary work is not my typical purview, but that is why
there we
we
go.
are in business together.
That was a pretty fair fight, right? That was fair. You know, we both pretty much had an equal chance with equal ground. What do you think about the experience boost in TBC? I think it couldn't have come any sooner, man. Like, I'm glad that they're doing it. I am. I think they need to do more stuff like that. Give people more reasons to go and do stuff out in the world. 50% sucks. Want the old recruiter friend 200 to 300%.
Use it to light the braziers that
The thing
hold
is,
the great
like,
houses
I don't know if, like,
if you are fast enough to use it.
like, I kind of wonder sometimes, like, is it ever gonna happen again where part of the excitement of raiding is leveling? Because, like, it's kind of hard for me to think that it ever will be. What do you mean by that? I mean, like, leveling in a game, like, most games don't have really, like, a leveling process anymore. You know, you have something like in Final Fantasy where, like, you're leveling, but, like, I mean, this is really just to tell you the story. The levels are cosmetic. Like, for example, like, the level that you are in Classic WoW matters, but the way that people play the game, the only real level that matters is 60. So, kind of like that. So it's like, I'm not even really sure, like, if that's ever going to come back, is what I'm saying. We need new games so people can start on even playing field? Nah, people started on even playing field in New World and Lost Ark. I think people, like, everybody always wants something that already happened, but they don't realize it. Still watching almost daily, just play more. Often, did you see yesterday's video? Where you were in the video? Alright, this is the last set of souls I never ever need to rescue. Oh, I guess he did see, yeah, because watch every day. Oh, yeah, thank you, man. I didn't even realize that. I didn't see the first message. What the fuck, I'm live? Yeah, I'm chilling, dude. I'm chilling. $23 players on New World. 23k players on New World, and actually excited for future New World. As I said, I mean, like, New World, they kind of did the thing that they needed to do, which was they effectively stemmed the bleeding of players. Like, at this point, New World is not dying. You know, you could say it's dead, but it's not dying any more than it already is. Now, I think that's pretty good. Like, I would consider that a success. It's undead, yeah. It's coasting, something like that. This is Epcot and WoW right now. I don't know. Didn't Bellier make a video about the amount of active players in WoW or something? Because if he did, I'm gonna watch that today. It's hot in Florida today. Bro, it's hot everywhere today. We did about Final Fantasy, a new one, I think, yeah. Like, in my opinion, it's like, it's very hard to tell, like, how popular each game is. Because, like, what would I say? Like, which game, like, I think that WoW has, like, way more players than Final Fantasy. Because WoW is more popular on every social media website. But, I mean, I don't, that's like I wouldn't bet my life on that, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's true. I mean, I would say that there's definitely a correlation, but it's not something that's a guarantee. I think also Final Fantasy could, it's like, for example, I think there's a good chance that, like, Final Fantasy could go up and down, like, above and below WoW, based off of, like, its content release cycle and the comparison to WoW's, like, current cycle. So, like, if WoW was in, like, a content drought at, like, the end of the expansion or something, and, you know, there weren't that many people playing, but in Final Fantasy there's new content, I could see Final Fantasy having more subs. Content drops Final Fantasy are actually a good thing, believe it or not. I think that trying to force players into playing the game constantly isn't really good. It's like WoW has a fixation on like, trying to keep people engaged in the game all the time, and I'm not really a big fan of that. I think it's okay to just tell people, it's like, yeah, you beat the content now, just hold off and, you know, you can chill. And, like, I think the reason why WoW is afraid to do that is because a lot of times whenever people beat the content, they stop playing. But I think the reason why they stop playing is actually not because they don't want to play the game anymore. I think it's because they don't want to play certain types of content anymore. So, like, for example, you guys probably didn't even know this, but Burning Crusade, there was a pretty large content drought. There wasn't really a lot going on at the end of Burning Crusade or the end of Wrath. Like, the end of Wrath, I remember Hayden, I made a joke about, like, how somebody could have, you know, like, fucking gotten pregnant and had the baby, and in all that time, ICC was the current raid. You know, like, all the time. Like, they have gotten pregnant, gone to the doctor, fucking everything, had the baby, and, you know, they could have, you know, first day, they could have fucking done the Lich King, last day, they could have done the Lich King, would have been the last boss. And so, like, I made a joke about that to Zach, and Zach was like, that's what Hayden did. Like, Hayden's, like, one of our friends, right? And he literally had a kid. He he was so bored with WoW, he had a kid. And so, yeah, that's how bad it was back then. And that was 10 years ago, right? I mean, 12 years ago. Poor guy. Yeah, I mean, now he's got like a wife and kids and a successful job and a family and a house. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think his Mythic Plus score is not as high as it used to be, guys. You know, Hayden fell off. Yeah, it's an actual Wrath baby. And so, anyway, what was I saying before, right? Oh yeah. So like in Wrath and BC, like you would spend a lot of time playing alts and stuff. And I think that's not really as popular as it was then. And I think the reason why it's not as popular is because there's like a lot of secondary activities that you have to do. Things like going and like doing your Korthia stuff, and like that's not as like Blizzard's fixed a bit of it, but like they've got a long way to go. Like for example, like tower knowledge, this thing. This should just be account wide. You just make all this stuff pretty much account wide, and that's it. People get burnt out on all activities of life. Doesn't mean activity is bad in itself in its core. No, I think that overall, I just want it to be where if you're playing the game, the only thing that should be in the way of you being able to play the game is like gearing the character, and like that's it basically. Because I think people, they don't really play WoW. Like it was cool, like for example in like Classic and TBC and Wrath, to like level in different ways, because it was like there was still like some difficulty and mystery to it, and it was also like over 10 years ago, so I mean the game is just a lot different. Oh, I didn't even do this. I'll just go ahead and hearth back right now. Do Torghast with tower knowledge is per character? Yeah, exactly. It's like, why even go and do that? What should I do if I have no interest in mount farming? Stop mount farming. If you don't like something, you should stop doing it.
Well, aren't you interesting?
I don't know why it's so hard for people. Know the interview at the end and not be so censored. What do you think I didn't say in the interview? I feel like I asked, like there was not a single question.
Thanks for your patience.
Like
How can I help you?
Blizzard asked me to like send them the questions ahead of time, so like they would be able to work on answers. But there was never like, there was not a question that they were like, hey, don't answer this because it's gonna make us look bad.
Always in stock.
That didn't
Take
happen.
pride in your work. See anything you need. Until next time.
Don't like doing something, you should stop doing it. Yeah, it's that simple. Chipotle run out of steak last night? No, they didn't run out of steak last night, but I think they were like, I was like 2 people away from running out of steak that night. Ian looked nervous on an interview. I think it's a lot of people, and let's see, what do I need to go send this to? Longbow, hammer, mace. I guess I'll send it over to my... Send it over to my hunter. I'm gonna start the research on my last one. On readily activities gives watches you found mount mainly. Oh, you can do Mythic Plus, raiding, PvP. Like whenever I don't feel like doing like my usual stuff, I'll usually go and PvP.
Speak plainly. Watch the shadow.
Is Dragonflight going to be another letdown? It's hard to say. I'm really not sure what it's going to be like. How's your mouth feeling? It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Good lackluster launch. Appreciate how they're shoring up the foundations for future. Yeah, I mean, like, the odds are, like, in 5 years, I'm still going to be playing WoW. But, I don't know, like, maybe not as much. Like, I'm not really I think people spend too much time turning, like, their relationship with a video game into, like, a relationship with a person, like, in real life. And I don't really want to do that anymore. Like, for example, like, I think I'll probably be playing WoW in 5 years, the same as I'm probably going to be playing Dark Souls 1 in 5 years, and Super Mario World, and other games that are, like, my favorite games of all time. Like, I'll probably be playing PUBG in 5 years, and it'll probably still be terrible. And, like, that's not really sad to me. I'm just being realistic, right? It's just, I mean, I look back at the games I played 5 years ago, and it's like, okay, I probably still play a lot of those games, so yeah. Have you ever gotten a lucky mount drop? Yeah, I've gotten lucky with a lot of mounts. I've gotten unlucky with a lot of mounts, too. Probably not Ashes of Creation yet, though. Oh, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see what happens. I think Vinthier I have the most anima, right? Let me see. 26,000. Yeah, I'll just take, I think I'll just take maybe 15,000 out of that. Whoa, you can't switch like that? Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking breaking the game, right? As some unconfirmed info on botting MMOs, dying to get your perspective on.
All goods
What
and
is it?
services for sale. Remember, everything has value.
It's crazy how they introduced 15 plus currencies for Shadowlands. Feels so overwhelming. Maybe it's crazy, but I actually don't care about that. I don't think that the amount of currencies is problematic at all. I think the problematic element of it is the sorting of the currencies, not the currencies themselves.
You could probably use a little help, huh? Is that all?
Should be able to track more than 3 currencies in your bag, for instance. Oh, here's a for instance. You know which game does this better than any other game is Lost Ark. Lost Ark is S tier whenever it comes to like inventory management. Aside from skins, I think that the way they have skins management is bad. But other than that, I actually am very positive about the way Lost Ark is designed in that way. So, like, imagine if every single one of these items went into its own special bag that's designed in the same way that, like, a PoE stash tab is designed. So, like, you have, like, your currency tab, and all of your chaos orbs immediately just go right into that little spot. You don't have to think about it, you don't have to worry about it, it just happens. So, it wasn't always the case. Yeah, and then they made the game better, and it is now. So, like, every single one of these items here, everything here would all be like that. Sounds great. Inventory should not be a mechanic in MMOs. I agree. I think that, I don't really think a lot of people particularly enjoy managing their inventory.
For you, I offer only the finest.
What do you see?
Go back over here. Seems like it'd be better on the database end too, since you're not going to keep track of the slot, just the count. That's actually a really good point. I never thought of that, but you're completely right. And also, like, for example, all of the ore that you mine in Lost Ark and all of your profession items also immediately just go into a bag that is already made for your character that puts the items in your bag. Like, it just automatically goes in there. There's no thinking, no planning, no anything. Oh, I just noticed my gloves aren't enchanted. I'll have to do that. John, did you pull up RBG leaderboard? Well, I mean, like, RBGs have always been full of scoundrels. Like, that's been the case ever since the beginning of the game. I was one of them. Wish Streaming WoW would have an extension for gear and talents. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Might as well enchant these. So I need to do 2 dungeons. Not that one. I'll probably do this one at some point too. They're for the heart of the covenant things. Done. Let's see which ones I really need to do. Let me go back over there and check. Was Blizzard's feedback to the community also that bad before BFA, Shadowlands, and Legion? No, I think that in general Blizzard tried to give the players what they wanted, but it just didn't go very well. Defeat Muzella on the other side. Okay, let me make a group for that. I need 4 people to come run this dungeon with me. There's 2 dungeons, I know.
Hello there. Queen's blessing.
I just didn't need to do both of them, but okay. Complete a world quest in Arden Weald.
The forest
Okay.
provides.
Damn, nobody wants to join? There's 1 person. Holy shit. I need a healer and a tank. Everyone's low item level? Yeah, that's a good point. I'll just turn it down. It doesn't even really matter. We need a healer. Most of your viewers are on EU. A lot of my viewers are EU, yeah.
Show them the might of the wild hunt.
We just need one healer. Got him. Thank you guys. I'm gonna start this as soon as I kill this guy. There he is. All right. So let's see. Wait, why am I in combat? Oh, with this guy. What the fuck? There we go. We're good. Okay. Dungeon finder. Specific dungeons. Heroic. The other side. Alright, let's join up. Get this shit done. Let's turn do if someone says something stupid and slash say. I don't know, you just walk away from them. I don't really think about it that much. Is the Texas heat? It's okay, I got the fan on now.
Them is my people, Mazala. No way I go give them up.
They always be soft one Sunday. Weak. Sooner or later you're gonna break. Then the jailer be getting his due.
Hero! No hard feelings about that little disagreement that we had in Zul'Dazar. Mazala got me at a disadvantage. But
You like tanking in retail like in Classic? No. I don't mind tanking, but the only reason I tank in Classic WoW is because everybody else is too stupid to do it. I don't want to tank in Classic WoW either. It's just that a lot of the people that are tanking instead are just dumb.
Don't just be making these on Azeroth. Brokers be looking for
Switch ban people forwards on screen. They did that to me and then they unbanned me, so it's like kind of, but not really.
She's tricky.
When tanking, when people expect you to lead too, it's so much work. Yeah. Retail tank is great except the routing part. Yeah, I know. It's like, I just don't want to have to deal with it, you know? I'm just lazy. What can I say? My classic tank barely leads instead it's a rogue to raid leads. Yeah, I think the best raid leader is either a tank or a healer. because they're the ones that are gonna like, they're the ones who are gonna see like what's going wrong. Like a healer raid lead is good because like you can see, it's like there'll be people that you're healing all the time and it's like, well, why are you healing this person? It's like, well, it's because they're fucking up, that's why. It's hard to raid. It's hard to DPS. It's hard to raid lead whenever you're a melee DPS though, because like you can't get a good, you can't get a very good scope of like what's happening in the raid, because you're like right there up close in melee.
This should be entertaining. Now, where to put you? Care to give this one a try? I would
All right.
Plans.
Maybe I'll get something good.
Them brokers be up to something. You best be keeping an eye on them. Now hurry back with me, Mojo.
What's on here? Are you good at the game? I mean, I'm okay at the game. I'm not like a serious pro player. So you play this game? You guys play this game still? WoW 3 years ago. I think the reason why people play WoW is like it's like people played it for a long time, and so they're more okay with it. I think, and like some of the negative aspects to it. And I think also like people usually play like one part of the game that they generally enjoy. One thing that I like about WoW is the fact that you can do a lot of different types of things in the game. So like for example, the way that somebody who does PvP plays the game is like way different than the way that somebody who raids plays the game. I think that's a big reason for the success of the game. Why aren't they dead? Oh, there's a buff. Why do you think so many people have quit? Why have so many people quit? There's a lot of reasons for that. I'd have to really think back and like.
So we were more than happy to oblige. But now, maybe need that mojo back.
No good, definitely skipping the expansion then. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that's one of the positives with the game is the fact that people can play it in like a lot of different ways. At least I think so. But yeah, a lot of people will probably quit. I think some of the big reasons why people quit the game is one big reason I think is the fact that there are more games out now that are good. So like for example, you don't have a game like, you didn't have like Lost Ark or Elder Scrolls Online or New World or Final Fantasy. You didn't have those games whenever WoW was like super popular. So it's like whenever you have a lot of competition, it's gonna lower the highest, you know, most successful thing. And it's not always because the most successful thing is bad. It's just because that competition, you know, it just it'll chip away a little bit at that total number.
What have we here? That dusty old Noah has sent debt collectors already? But I haven't had his mojo long enough to create my masterpiece.
Wait.
Fuck this, nothing like that.
With one zombie too? Fine. shortcuts in your shoddy work, Milhouse, but this is a new
Power
club.
beyond will, Hey, hold on a minute. You just admitted to doing the same thing I did. I'd rather give up the mojo than lose her.
This one will drive you nuts.
You're the
Great.
best, Billy. Let's never fight again.
Where's the loot?
What?
Did I get the mace?
Oh, sweetie, you
Give me the
don't
mace.
care. Mwah.
Give me the fucking mace. Let me open the box.
Love. No, ain't that sweet.
No, I didn't. Shit,
Old
man.
one Sandy had his share of romance back in the day.
Okay. But yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Is like there's a lot more games now, and because there's so many other games, that it makes it harder for a game to have like a complete stranglehold on the market now, like it used to. Why didn't you continue to play TBC? The reason why I didn't play TBC more is because I've already beaten TBC.
Before your master.
That was long ago.
So like I didn't.
Me remember.
I didn't really need to play TBC again because like I had already accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish in TBC. And everything that I didn't accomplish, like I didn't get Gladiator in TBC. I got Duelist twice, but it's like, who gives a fuck about Duelist, right? I was like 3 games away from like getting Gladiator in TBC, and I queued the last day of the season. And I barely got Duelist because all we did was lose games because I just like invited some random druid. And I was so mad. It was season 4. I hated that guy. I got so mad at him. So it's like going back and getting Gladiator in TBC wouldn't be an accomplishment for me. Like I wouldn't, like I would not really take any sort of like, I would not feel accomplishment if I did that. I think the reason why is because like I kind of like, now that I know the game better and I understand like what's to it, it's easier for me to see kind of like the nuts and bolts of like kind of how things come together in terms of how, you know, how people get Gladiator and like how hard it is to do and things like that. Like I wasn't on like a huge server, so like in TBC, I was one of the only people who was a high rank. Like I was probably like the only warrior on the server for a long time that had the season 3 and season 3 shoulders. Like no other warrior even had them on the shoulder on the server because I don't know. I mean, it was just a smaller server. But like I remember I went to kill Jaden, and there were a lot of people on that server that were very good, and it was actually awesome to play on a server with people that were good at the game, and because like I wanted to be really good at the game, and so like back then that's where I wanted to be. After this, we have to do Path of Ascension, or not Path, the Ascension dungeon, whatever it is. Spires of Ascension, yeah, there you go. Season 3 Brutal Glad? No, it was Vengeful. Brutal was Season 4. I got the weapon, but I never got the shoulders in Season 4. The shoulders were hard to get, man. It was 2200. And 2200 back then was like Gladiator. Like if you were 2200, you'd get Gladiator. This probably won't kill me. No. We good? Okay, everybody got it. It should be fine. As long as they kill the other ones, it doesn't really matter. Oh, fuck. It doesn't matter, they'll get it. You do all the faded bosses this week? Fuck no. I feel about the way they've ruined Warriors for Dragonflight? Oh, I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. Try it now. Everyone has lots of gear. You think I should try, and do Heroic Castle Nathria again? I don't know. I could try it. It depends on what I have time for. Do we have a lockout for Illuvum? Because I need to kill Illuvum this week for the protoform item. I'm gonna do that after I do the next dungeon. That huntsman was painful. I think this time we're only gonna bring 20 people. Just to let you know, it was neither Blizzard nor Discord shutting down the boosting communities. Just show your video. How do you know? Yeah, how do you know that? Because I'm part of them. So who was it that shut it down then? Good job. Okay, let me re-queue us. Probably be able to find another DPS in like a second. All I can say is it wasn't them, as they were contacted and asked about it. Well, like, you can't say that it wasn't them and then say that I can't tell you who it was, but it wasn't these people. Like, I mean, come on, what do you... I mean, just... Who could it have possibly been? Like, for example, like, I would want to get the information out there, and like, if you can give me a like, proof or, like, some sort of, like, logic or evidence that this is the case, I'll make a follow-up video and correct myself. But I'm not going to do that based off of you're wrong and I won't say why. It just doesn't make sense. Discord has nothing to do with boosting communities, nor is it against the rules to have them up. So why would they shut them down? Makes no sense. Well, there's a lot of reasons. So, for example, do you remember how the Diablo 3 Real Money Auction House got shut down? And one of the reasons why it got shut down is because it was functioning as a marketplace for secondary currencies that wasn't being regulated by the FTC. Or the SEC, I forgot which one. Like, that was one of the reasons why they shut it down. And so, like, why did this happen? I'm not really sure. but I think that it's not unreasonable to assume that Discord was being overly cautious to not accidentally break an EU law, because gold in World of Warcraft could be seen as a currency by some sort of law in the EU. I find that to be a relatively plausible solution to what happened. Well, I don't know, but I mean that's the best guess I have. It has to do with advertisements or specific tax laws regarding that. Well, what I'm saying is, like, the reason why is something that's like, it's not like Blizzard banned them. It's that there was some sort of rule or law that was potentially being broken. I wish I knew who or why it happened. All I know is Discord contacted and denied it. So whether it was hackers or what it was is going to remain a mystery. I mean, there's a chance that it was deleted because some of the people that were, you know, the people took all the gold and left. Like, I mean, that's possible. I don't know. I mean, there's no real way to be certain about a lot of things. So you just have, yeah, it's like an exit plan, and you just have to go with degrees of confidence. It's like, I'm reasonably confident it wasn't Blizzard. I'm not reasonably confident it was not Discord. They're dead, but the founders and staff took all their gold and so the boosters. Hardly anyone lost anything except their daily income. Verify I wasn't telling your video was misleading or wrong. All I know is Discord denied it. I'd have to see what they said and what the question was. Because, like, there's a lot of times, like, companies will deny something and it will be, like, categorically accurate, but still misleading. So, like, for example, a company could say, like, oh, well, you didn't break the terms of service, but it's like, that's not the only reason that they can delete something. Technically correct, yeah, exactly. Because, like, all these companies want to do is they just want you to leave them alone. Like, they don't want to spend money on you, they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to have anything to do with you. As I need to be technically correct, shady as fuck. I would generally agree with you, but I think that it's also reasonable to assume that sometimes they just don't want to be involved with, like, some sort of drama that they don't have to be. It's like, why involve yourself in drama if you can just avoid it entirely? Always know social media is a dice roll. She can blow up in terrible PR for no reason. Exactly. And not only can it blow up with, like, terrible PR, but also, like, there are things that are just simply not true that people will take and run with. Five mounts I wish I had? I don't know. God, everyone forgets about terrible PR after 2 weeks. That's true in some circumstances, but not all. Like, for example, like, nobody's gonna forget the fact that there was a finger in, like, Wendy's chili, even though there never was. Like, this never happened, but the story was so compelling that it happened. Good job. What's the difference? Well, one's true and one's not, but in the eyes of an average person, the difference between something being true and not true doesn't really matter. Like, if something happened and nobody believes it happened, did it really happen? And it's like kind of like it's like a fucking philosophical question, but ultimately what I've always thought is like, if nobody believes something, then it's like, who can prove that it's real? And it's like, also, even if people believe something that's stupid, that's not real, like the Wendy's chili thing, for example, it doesn't even matter if they're wrong. Alright, let's get this last one done. I never heard of the Wendy's chili finger. Yeah, it was a thing that happened, maybe it was a while ago now, like over 10 years ago. Back in 2008, yeah. It's the same thing as like Jared from Subway. That's another one. It's like people are always gonna bring up Jared from Subway. Even though it's like, whenever you really think about it, like it's not really Subway's fault that any of that stuff happened, but you know, people blame it on Subway. Coney 2012, yeah. Gotcha, bitch. Alright. Hopefully she doesn't go up again. No, she's gonna go up again. Alright, let's go. Easy GG. Done. Alright, so what do I have to do now? Thank you guys, thank you for the group, I appreciate it. Let's end the blinder stuff on the next the big famous public figure, regardless if they're involved or not. Yeah, exactly. ETA on reacts. I don't know. Probably in a little bit. I haven't really decided. Okay, so what do I need to do now? Right, Lahuvum. I need to do it on LFR. Oops, sorry. Custom, Asmongold, LFR. We're gonna do LFR to get the Lahuvum material. So if anybody wants to queue up for that, go ahead and join up. We need 25 people. Did you already get Gmod? No, I haven't. Have I done faded LFR? No, I haven't done faded LFR. God. We need a lot more people. What's the effect on my weapon? It's like the sinful something, sinful revelation. Or no, that's the enchant. Sinful flame. Yeah, there you go. Why not Asmon stream for a week? I've been dealing with some dental work, getting dental work done, and whenever I'm good with that, then streams will return. Show your complete WoW percentage. Just for the zone, the current zone I'm in. We need what, 8 more people. What are you farming? So there's a special boss in Sepulchre that drops a special item, and you can only kill him once a week on each difficulty. So like we're killing him right now on the different difficulties. You're getting a tooth crown? Yeah, multiple. And so like even now, like it's kind of unpleasant to talk, but you know, streaming like takes my mind off of it, and it's easier for me to just kind of, you know, chill out. It's in custom PvE. Horde can't join because of LFR. You can't queue LFR with cross-faction. No pain meds for it? I think it's a discomfort. It's not like a fucking hard pain. Please put this in legacy raids? No, because then Horde will join. Unless I make it for, like, I don't know, just join the custom PvE. Do you have to enable cross-faction? No, but like this is fine. We need 2 more people. 2 more DPS. 1 more DPS. Salad, go DPS. I'm gonna just set you as DPS too. Oh, okay, great. D-list, raid finder, where are we here? This one. What item? It's just a base drop off of Lahuvum. 4 root canals done one day. Headaches it cause are not fun, won't kill you, just annoying as fuck. Honestly, the only real problem that I've had has been with like the other teeth that were damaged in the process. The actual teeth from the root canal are fine. It kills the roots first. See, like, I just told them, like, I don't need, like, I don't need a lot done. Like, I'm like, just numb it and do it, right? Like, I can just sit there and fucking, I just close my eyes and I think of, you know, some other bullshit. Is Dennis bad or unlucky? Neither. The fact is the teeth were already broken, and just doing that much work around them caused them to, like, just applying the safety stuff around my mouth, just applying it damaged the teeth. That's how bad they were. Yeah, chalk teeth, yeah, basically. Close your eyes, think of dragonfly. Yeah. Think about what I'm going to complain about next. Damn, this shit really, really takes a while, huh? Just really, really takes its toll. Looking for a specific item? Yeah. I wonder why, like, and this is one of the things that, like, really annoys me a lot. It's like, this has been in the game, like, this patch has been in the game now for, like, months, and it's still like this. I think that's kind of an L. Like, for example, like, if you had, like, 2 or 3 of these guys, like, maybe the big boy, you know, these guys, and then this guy, and that was it, it'd be fine, but, like, it's just way too much, man. What patch? 9.2. You guys went the wrong way is why? No, I've been the other way too. I mean, there's a lot of mobs. What do you mean the wrong way? There's the same guys up there. That's not our fault. That's just the game, man. Game looks like shit, why play it? I actually don't think it looks like shit. I like the way the game looks. Ready for tools? Yeah. Super fun game. Especially considering how old it is. Yeah, I'd say so. Man, that really took a while, huh? Jeez. I do think that's like a big thing though, is like everybody talking about how they don't have time to raid. And you think about where time goes while you're raiding, and it's like, of course you don't have time to raid, who would? I want to learn more than 2 professions in retail. I don't think it would really matter if you had more than 2 professions. I think that you should be able to have, like, for example, you should be able to have like 2 crafting professions and all of the gathering professions. Like I don't really see why, like, it just seems weird that like gathering is it's not like, nobody really gives a shit about it. Like everybody that does gathering is like mainly a bot. Just everything, yeah. I think they could probably tier it out so it's not like such a massive like shift for the player base. Yo, Pop Hero, what are y'all doing? I just noticed we don't have Hero out. Yeah, on every boss, pop Hero instantaneously. Where'd he go? Oh. Hopefully we get it here. Game's features still suck in 2004. I don't think so. Are there 2 mobs here? Oh, there are. That's crazy. Used to be other worker with cross-faction bots. They take all the good spots to farm. Well, it's just like, I mean, if everybody is bot, like, I actually think that botting for gathering resources is going to get a lot better in the new expansion. Did we get anything good? Fuck. The reason why it's going to get a lot better is because of the it's because of having different like skills and different amounts of investment involved in gathering. So for example, the reason why botting isn't really that bad for you know, like higher end materials is because there's more of an investment that needs to be made up front in order to be able to obtain them. And the larger the investment that you make it up front in order to even get in the door to be able to do this stuff, that's going to make it that much harder to bot it, because the bots, every single day that a bot exists, the chance of it getting banned goes up. So like, the way that you do botting is that you want to go towards something that has a very minimal like amount of time in order to like get rolling, basically. You know, you don't want to farm something, like you don't want to bot some like high-end resource. You want to bot low-end resources at a larger scale and then sell the lower-end resources instead. With that, professions gain more content even though you only change the source of the recipe? Yeah. So like that's just the way these things work. You want to farm iron ore, not dark iron ore? Yeah, exactly. Or you want to farm dark iron ore, not dark iron bars. So like it's kind of like the, like I've shown this graph a lot, right? It's like, so this is the ban line and this is the bot's life cycle. Let me see if I can do this. So this is where they, sorry, almost done. Basically, with this graph here, what this graph shows, where this red intersects and it goes into the green line, this is the break-even point for the bot. So if the bot gets banned, and this is time, and this is money. Just a second. So basically, if you ban them below this line, you get rid of botting. If you ban them above this line, you don't get rid of botting. Because this is only this is a matter of scale. This is a matter of investment. So the problem that Blizzard has is that they ban bots whenever they're in the green and not whenever they're in the red. Oh my god, I got one. Awesome. Hopefully I get one off the last boss too. If I do, that'd be crazy. You see Harrow getting banned for UI mods? I don't know why he was streaming with UI mods. Like, Square Enix said that you'd get banned for it. You know what a really good parallel to this is? Is that streamers that would stream WoW with T-Morph. It's like, it's against the rules. It doesn't hurt anybody else except for you, but it's still against the rules. And you either have the rules or you don't. What's T-Morph? T-Morph used to be it was like a hack onto the game that allowed you to change your character model into whatever you wanted it to be. So like you could just be an undead mage, but you're actually like an Alliance paladin. It was mainly changing your race. And it was also changing gear too. Like you could T-Morph, Corrupted Ashbringer, stuff like that. Other people couldn't see it though? Yeah, well other people can't see your UI add-ons either, right? And so what I'm saying is like Blizzard had to get rid of that because it's like, well we can't just, you can't just have people like blatantly cheating while they're streaming, right? Like this is just not, this is not sustainable. It's a bad idea. I made T-Morph works at Blizzard now. Wouldn't be surprised. Seems good to me. They just reworked it to be less detectable. You didn't listen to what I said. I was talking about streamers doing it. Haru is a streamer. Like I of course it's like I don't really care about like if people use Teamorph or not. Like it doesn't matter to me. Nobody got anything good. What the fuck? What a shit game. Shit game. Hero got teleported to GM jail and GM explained reasoning behind the ban him. It wasn't just automatic poof. Well, the thing is, like, Square Enix had said that they didn't want people using UI mods. They had said this, and so the problem is, like, if Haru doesn't get banned, other people are going to start streaming with UI mods too. And if they get banned, then they're going to be like, well, why is Haru not getting banned if he's doing it and I'm doing it? Why am I getting singled out? And that's a legitimate question. I think that is kind of unfair, right? It's like, oh, well, one person gets punished by this rule and somebody else doesn't. What the fuck, right? And then, let's say, you know, players start doing this. So now players are using, you know, this thing. And so a player gets suspended for it. And then they're like, well, what the fuck? Why am I getting suspended whenever streamers are doing it in front of everybody and they're not getting in trouble? So, like, do you see how this cascades out of control very quickly? And it's why you have to, you either have to enforce the rules for everybody, or you're going to cause more problems than what you're trying to prevent. Nobody should be getting banned. Well, he didn't get banned. He probably just got suspended, right? What, he got suspended for like a couple of days, maybe? That's kind of what I'm assuming. 10 days. Yeah, he comes back, he doesn't do it. The thing is, like, I think 10 days fine. Because, like, he knew what the rules were. He broke the rules on purpose. He broadcasted to everybody. 10-day suspension. It's fine. I like Haru. I'll probably play with him again whenever I do Final Fantasy. But it's like, I mean, of course, and I'm sure he'd probably even agree with me. So of course they had to do this. Give me the loot. Please give me the blue item. Let's go, just kill this guy. Are y'all like not gonna kill him in time or something? Oh no, we got him. Nice try, man. Feral rolling group, you guys. This Feral's popping off. It's good to see. It's got 3.6k Raider IO too. This guy plays the game. Expect streamers to risk their livelihood channels for good content. Yeah, I think it's funny too. But I mean, something can be good content, but it can also be unsustainable that anybody can realize. God Pharaoh in our guild? We used to have a God Pharaoh in our guild. His name was Skippy Poppin'. And then he quit. Him and his really good healer friend quit the guild. Yeah. Well, they quit the game, actually. Bro, like, our guild in Old Year, like, I didn't even realize this, but it was like, Soda was like telling me about this. It was like so toxic. I didn't even know. Like, I don't, like, to me, like, I'm the guild master. I don't even know, like, what a lot of the people's names are. It's not part of my job. Like, I'm just there to make sure that we kill the boss. I don't know them. I don't like them. I don't have anything to do with them. That's about it. Did I get it? No. I guess maybe we can try on normal mode. Maybe I'll get it on normal mode. We'll see if we can get a lockout. Thanks for coming, guys. You guys can stick around if you want to do normal mode too. Did anybody get it? Yeah, one person got it. We'd like to get a lockout if we could. Should step down maybe? Well, I think that like the way that I don't really like, this sounds like kind of weird, but I usually don't really like raiding a lot with like a bunch of like friends and stuff. I like raiding just with like random people. Okay. Why? It's because I never, there's like never any emotion tied to making decisions. Like if somebody is not performing or not doing well, I don't have to think about like, oh, is this a friend of mine or something like that. No, I haven't, Lloyd. Damn, this guy's already 292, alright. Can somebody link me a lockout for Illuvum? Yeah, if anybody has a lockout, just link it to me. We only need to kill 3 bosses, right? Or 4, like the first boss and then Dascoin or whatever the fuck his name is, and fucking the Protector Praetors or whatever, I don't know. Final Fantasy. Great Diving in the Wrath Lich King has a server? I don't know. I'm gonna play Wrath, but I'm not like super intent about like keeping up with everything about it. Like I'm just gonna play it whenever it comes out. I'm not too stressed. But yeah, I think like in general, if you stream yourself breaking the rules, like Blizzard has to suspend you. Like they have to suspend you, and if they don't, it just, as I like, it's kind of like what I said, right? It just creates a cascade of problems. I'm gonna take this down to 240, and all we're doing right now is just getting a lockout. All we want is a lockout for Illuvum. So if anybody has a lockout, Horde or Alliance, please queue up to this group and link it to me. And put it in your note. Like, I'm not looking for anybody new, unless like you're 285 item level, then I'll invite you. But that's it. Can't have people blatantly cheating on streams. Yeah, you just can't have it happen. And it's not like a UI is like necessarily cheating, you could say, but it's breaking the rules. Damn, there's nobody else? Come on, guys. Somebody's got to have a lockout. Fuck, does I haven't found it since week 1? Haven't gotten one. I only have one, and I got it. I didn't even know what it was. It's Fade Week. Nobody's doing normal Illuvum. You might misunderstand what the goal is and how lockouts work. I think we just need to go in there and just do it. I don't want to do that, but it's just... it is what it is. You're going, I can kill the lockout each week? Okay. Final Fantasy, you can't even teabag or say GG in PvP without getting banned. I don't believe you. I can believe the teabagging thing, sure. But saying GG, like maybe if you say GG easy or GG not really or something like that, yeah, maybe you could get suspended for that. But GG isn't going to get you suspended. Oh, GG easy, get you suspended. It's just shit talking. Like, to me, I know that there's been, like, it's crazy how people are, like, in my opinion, I think that if people have a problem with, like, teabagging in a video game, as I said, like, these people need to get the fuck off the internet. Are you talking shit in games sometimes? I don't really do that anymore. Well, actually yesterday, so I joined, I was playing Lost Ark, and I did the challenge Abyssal Dungeon. And you know, it's like the guy with the sword, where you're supposed to soak the, what are you supposed to soak? Like these swords, and then you have to break a shield. Well, we wiped on it like 3 times, right? And this other berserker, he was 1480 item level. He was just mauling out, and he kept going into the start square and then leaving it to make it to where we couldn't leave. And then everybody was just calling him stupid, and I'm like, stop crying, get in the circle, and let's just do it until it's done. Like, you're not going to save time by rerunning this entire dungeon again. Like, it's just going to be faster to wait for people to figure it out. Like, just, you know, think of your own time. And so he's crying and going back and forth, and he gets, what is this? Like, can we go? Like, let's go, guys. Go down, I guess, left side. And so, yeah, like, people were just, like, getting so mad about him, and, like, I remember, so then he finally got disconnected, or he, like, literally rage quit the game. So we had to restart it, and then we just pull the boss again, and we one-shot it without him, with 3 people. And I said to the group, I'm like, I honestly hope he got credit so nobody else has to deal with him again. And what was crazy is I actually in the fight, after the fight, the loot, like, I got a legendary card selection box. Like, I had to bid for it. I bid 3k gold for the box. But like for a legendary card selection box, I feel like that's more than worth it. Like 3k gold. That's insane to me. Those are worth like 20k. Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna stop at like 7. It's a great investment, lasts forever the card. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy another level 10 gem. YouTubers living the route that I deliver. I saw that, what do you call it? I saw it was like Minx. She posted a clip of some YouTubers that were like mauling out at some security person because they were, let's see, where are we gonna go? Can you guys just power up which one? I don't know. I'm just gonna put something on follow. See if I can find a video. Mute this.
Fuck do you do besides dye your hair and cry? Like, fuck off. Get out of my face.
She's like literally trying to film it. Like,
oh, yeah, you should film it. Yeah, you
she's
should.
making a TikTok. No. Let her make the TikTok. Let her make the TikTok.
Are you okay? You told me to kill myself. You said, so first of all, you disrespect him. He's doing his job. He is doing his job.
Oh, yeah, he's being a whiny little bitch. Hey, film him. Film that guy. Yeah, show him on camera. Hey, what did you just do? What was your job? What was your job that you just did?
His job was being
No, show him on camera. What was your job?
Step up and find out.
Stop. Hey, you stop. Hey, I'm gonna refrain myself from slapping the fuck out of you, but don't ever do that again.
He's like getting mad.
Fuck do you do besides dye your hair and cry? Like, fuck off.
And so, this didn't make as much money as him. It's nuts, right? Metal down? Yeah, it's like I couldn't imagine people were cooked. Yeah, it's like imagine being that much of a loser. Isn't that crazy? You're so pathetic. Yeah. Social media lords don't understand their wealth depends on people like normal folks. I wonder if he was drunk. I don't like the idea that if somebody's drunk, it's okay to be belligerent or rude. It's like if you are belligerent and rude whenever you're drunk, you chose to drink that night. So it's like it's your decision. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not in control of my actions. Yeah, we'll get in a car and start driving around and see how long that lasts. We'll talk about who's in control of their actions. You're still responsible for what you do, even if you're drunk. But yeah, it's like I'm always surprised whenever I see like YouTube content creators that act that way. Pop Hero. Influencers? Yeah, I mean, like, really? Like, I couldn't imagine being, like, that kind of a person. Socials. I think it's a lot of people that like live their entire life online. So like in their world, they think that like, you know, because they're popular on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or Twitch or something like that, right? They have the idea, they're like, well, you know, if that's the... What is this? Core overload, the fuck? Done before, holding bloating up, noxious prick. Well, I don't like the idea that like yelling at somebody or being belligerent means that you get to punch somebody in the face, right? I mean, like, it depends. Like if they're getting up in your face and invading your personal space, sure. Like if somebody's just yelling at you at a safe distance, like I don't think that's really reason enough to beat the shit out of them. We get anything good? No. Saddest thing is their followers think they're right because of their popularity. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Will they follow you from a safe distance for 3 days? Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't really spend a lot of my time thinking about like these like theoretical exceptions with like 5 different like variables. I don't know. It's like it's probably not going to happen. Man, I hope I get it this time. I hate running this shit. No excuse with him. Hard to hold against him. Yeah. I mean, I'll say one thing, right? It's like I'm not gonna feel bad for him. That's a fact. But yeah, people have a lot of their ego wrapped up in like social media, especially like content creators, which like, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that's their job and like that's the whole world they live in. So it makes sense that a content creator is going to have their ego wrapped up in, you know, their content creation. But it's just at a certain point where I think the problem is like anytime that you think that like being good at something makes you a better person than somebody else, I think that's really where the problems happen. Echo Chamber plus ego is a bad combination. I just think there's some people that are assholes. Projecting. What am I wait, what do you mean I'm projecting? Let's see. I think we have to go over to here. Yeah, we have to go over to here. Describing yourself. In what way am I describing myself? I hate doing this fucking trash, man. Oh my god. You got good at the game, it's huge social and inflates ego and ideology. I don't have a big ego. I think that you're probably one of the people that might conflate like ego with confidence. It's like, yeah, I'm confident in certain opinions that I have for sure, but that's not really like, an ego is different than confidence and self-confidence. You got a massive ego? Not really, no. Okay, that's about it. Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who actually knows me personally or whatever, or isn't, like, I don't know, there's a good chance where, like, there's people that, and this is just, like, what happens online, right, is there's a lot of people that just don't really have a lot of, like, social skills. So because of that, they'll think that somebody who's just confident in what they think is, you know, they are, like, ego-driven or something like that. This raid looks really boring. It is. So you're saying we have no social skills because you have an ego? I think that people that misattribute me being confident about something that I think is having an ego is probably an indication that they have not a lot of social skills. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. This is a lot of damage, holy shit. Yeah, assaulting a bouncer was just confident. I don't really think so. I think that, like, for example, whenever he brings up how much money he makes, I think that that's just so evidently, like, that's ego 100%. Because it has nothing to do with, like, the topic. So, like, for example, like, if somebody says, well, I'm right and you're wrong, and, you know, like, I'm an expert in this subject and you're not, and you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, that's not really ego, in my opinion. Because this is a person who, it's like, if you're telling a doctor, it's like, hey, this is what this is what the vaccine does, the COVID vaccine does. And they say, well, no, you're fucking stupid. You have no idea what you're talking about. And it's like, I'm a doctor. I actually know what I'm talking about. I think that makes a lot of sense. Because it's something that's related to, like, what their expertise is. But just, like, saying that, you know, that making more money than somebody else gives you authority over them in any real sort of way is a lot different. Authority fallacy. Next time you know what? You're right. Next time you get sick, don't go to the doctor. Go under the bridge and see what the homeless guy has for you. Maybe he'll be able to help you out. So you're talking about an appeal to authority, and an appeal to authority is not, it's only a logical fallacy if the authority is not related to what you're having a conversation about. Authority fallacy doesn't mean people can't be experts. Yeah, that, like, you just don't. It's crazy how people don't even understand what the logical fallacies are, that they just repeat like birds. What difficult is this? Oh, it's just normal mode. We're just trying to kill Uluvum to get the item. That's it. Authority fallacy is I'm an artist, so listen to me on history. Exactly. You have no clue what you're talking about? I have a MySpace page on this topic? Yeah, exactly. Having ego isn't always a bad thing. Raider needs some ego. I think that having an ego is a bad thing if it prevents you from being able to function. So like, for example, you know, you can have like a teammate who has a big ego, and the fact that they have a big ego causes them to, you know, not take advice and not improve their character and solve problems in the way that they should, because they think that they're like above that or whatever. So like that's what an ego really kind of is. Just describe yourself. I understand that this might be something it's very compelling for a person with below average intelligence to say, because it makes them feel like they're smart, like they have some degree of understanding that they don't have. But you're not going to you're not going to finesse me with something like that. You're right, I don't take advice from people that don't know what they're talking about. I take advice from people that do know what they're talking about semi-regularly. And oh, can I get that pair of boots? Final, if you don't need that, can I get the pair of boots? Oh nice, he doesn't need it. How do you know the difference between those people? Well, the odds are that, like, you know, I would make a decision based off of, like, whenever somebody's giving me advice, I usually don't take advice from random people because they don't know me. So it's like, you know, I ask somebody, like, well, what should I do? Or, like, people tell me what I should do with something, and it's like, well, if you don't know me, like, how can you really give me advice that, like, would be, like, useful or relevant to me? I'm not taking advice from chat. Yeah, like, I mean, I'll be honest, like, anytime somebody from chat gives me advice, I usually don't take it seriously at all. I can distinguish that they really know what they're talking about. Well, I mean, you can't always, but I mean, I think if you assume that most people on the internet don't know what they're talking about, you're going to be right. And take your advice seriously, other? Well, no, I think that if you don't think that what I'm saying is relevant to you, or you don't agree with it, like, there's no reason that you should overrule the way that you live your life and do what I think you should do. And that doesn't make sense at all. Advice, I'll take advice on the internet. Well, I think it's important to remember, like, whenever people give you advice, they never have to live with that advice. You'd leave after this boss for Illuvum lockout. What do you mean? Well, what I mean is, like, so if somebody tells you, they're like, hey, you should do this with your life, and, like, you do it, and it doesn't work out for you, that person, like, doesn't lose out because of it. You know, it doesn't hurt them or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to live with the consequences of the advice being good or bad. Two people like each other a lot, just talking on social media, haven't met yet. It's possible to make a strong opinion and affection just by talking on the internet. Yeah, sure. It's easy to spot platitudes when you have no dog in the fight. Well, it's also easy to spot platitudes whenever you don't have to do it. Like, for example, if somebody's overweight, the solution to almost everybody being overweight is eat less food, eat better food, and exercise more. Like, I would say if you gave that advice to 100 fat people, at least 90 of them, if they followed it, would lose weight. Probably 95 or more. But it's very easy to say that, right? It's very easy to say like, oh yeah, well I can just, you know, figure out what your problems are and it's that simple. But, you know, it's a lot harder to follow through and actually do those things yourself. It's the same as like you can have like how many of you guys have like ever had a friend that had like a crazy girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, right? And what happens is like, you tell them, it's like, bro, like you have to break up with her and you have to move on. And it's like, everybody knows this is true, but he's not, you know, he's not doing it for whatever reason. So it's like, but you have to understand, it's a lot easier for you to make that decision and to say like, oh, this is what should happen, because you don't have to live with the outcome. You don't have to actually make the decision or do it yourself. Damn, is this shit on like Mythic? Like what the fuck? What are all these mechanics? It's not your place to say anything, but it starts to watch it. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think if you... The thing is, like... If somebody is complaining to me about their girlfriend or their boyfriend all the time, and then they get mad at me for telling them what I think that they should do, I would probably stop talking to them. Because it's like, why are you telling me this? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, just sit here and listen to this? Like, I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? That's fair. Yeah, and so, like... I don't know. Yeah, you mean, well, yeah, it's like... It's not like something that's like self-serving. What's it gonna do? A lot of people need someone to vent to. Well, I mean, I think it depends on the person, etc. But I don't know. It just depends. Like in general, if it's not somebody I'm very close with or whatever, like I don't want to just be. I don't want people to just like vent to me and fucking like complain about shit all the time. It's stressful. I've always had a way that I look at things is that people that have problems are problems, and it's a general outlook that I have on life, and I think it serves me generally pretty well. And I avoid people that cause me problems or that always have problems with other people, that always have problems with other things, etc. It's very stressful to be around somebody like that. It's draining. Everybody has problems. Yeah, but I think to the extent that you sit around and you like... You put them on other people, I think it becomes an issue. It's also like you have to keep in mind, at the end of the day, I mean, you've still got to, let me think of a way to put it. I'm trying to think about the way to say it. Like, you can't live your life for somebody else. So, like, if somebody is doing something that's making you unhappy or stressing you out, then at a certain point, it doesn't really matter what their feelings are. Because, like, it's not their life, it's your life. You see what I'm saying? Somebody's mom. Yeah, I mean, family members, it makes it more complicated, but in most cases, it's not that complicated. Good advice to overly sympathetic people. Some people are assholes, need opposite advice. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think, like, yeah, if you have trouble, like, making friends or whatever, it's, you know, a good way to do that is take interest in things that they care about. Yeah, that's true, sure. Okay. So if you have problems, fuck off and die, got it. I don't know. I mean, I think if you're a person that, like, if you define your life as a person who has problems, like, if that's a way that you categorize yourself, yeah, I probably don't really want to be around you that much. Again, people that have problems are problems. Victim mentality Andes are big energy drainers. True, true, true. No re-invite? Wait. No re-invite. Oh, okay, wait a second. Okay, doomed ret. Yeah, queue up, sorry. Okay, invite this guy. Or summon him inside. Went a day with a girl last night. She has some problems. I was thinking today about how she's probably a problem too, now you mention it. Here's a really good bit of advice, and I actually talked about this whenever I was like recruiting people to guilds. It was in like a video that I made about it. It was like 7 years ago or something. It's like, if you join a guild and somebody's guild history, if you have somebody who's looking to join your guild, and you look at their guild history, and this person says like, well, my previous guild was full of a bunch of people that were, it was a clique, and I didn't get the loot that I wanted. I didn't feel like I was being treated the right way. You know, I didn't like the way they treated me, and you know, I just didn't like the environment, right? I thought they were all assholes. And then it's like, okay, well, what about the guild before then? And it's like, well, there was another clique, and, you know, everybody thought that, you know, they should, you know, give the loot to themselves. And it's like, how many guilds does a person go through, and they have the exact same problem in every single guild before you realize that they're the problem, not the guild? And also, it's like, what do you think the odds are that that person is going to have a problem with your guild too? So it's like, yeah, there's like some, like, for example, like there's like some people you know, they don't have a lot of friends because they constantly have problems and like get in drama with their friends. I don't want to be friends with those people, because I can almost guarantee you that the reason why they don't have a lot of friends and they have drama with their friends all the time is because they're drama. Like, I don't want somebody that like brings that level of like hostility and negativity into my life. Give me the loot. Nobody likes you, it must be your fault. Yeah. Guilds is very different though, because your guilds just give you everything. You don't have to worry about normal guild bullshit. Well, you're dumb. Explain how me making a video, like, did you hear whenever I said 6 years ago? Did you hear that part? Or was that inconvenient for you, so you didn't listen? Oh, we fucked up. Yeah, did you hear the part where I said 6 years ago I made this video, or 7 years ago? I didn't make this video last week. Alright. I agree, it happens a lot. I think it's fair to say it's all cases are like that. Well, whenever you're in a leadership position, do you think that it's fair for you to give somebody a chance at risk of all of the people that put their faith in you to make decisions on their behalf? Oh, we're going to give this person a chance because not all people are like this. No, of course not. It's ridiculous. Same thing about not hiring people to talk shit about their old job. Yeah, exactly. Alright, hopefully we get it. Please drop. Please, 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 please. Fuck. Did anyone else get it? Let's see. Wow, nobody got it. Damn. Rigged ass game. I know. This is exactly what I was thinking, man. GG's, boys. GG's. I'm gonna get some other shit done. I'm gonna go back over there. Thanks for coming to the raid, guys. Never trust people who talk shit on old co-workers, exes, and friends. Yeah, exactly. It's like the old thing, you know, if she cheats with you, she'll cheat on you. There's a lot of different ways that you can look at it. Okay. Oh yeah, let me go do this. People at my last job actually ship bags, sued for racial discrimination and such. The problem is that whenever you... Like, I think that it's very easy for people to, like, personalize a general statement and then get mad about it because it doesn't exactly conform to, like, their lived experience. But I think that it's not really that hard to be able to... Okay, all these are 7 hours left. Talk ass. It's gonna take forever. Anima Catalyst plot. Okay. You have to put that down before the seed. Well, you can't win them all, right? I'll have to do these whenever those other two are done. Finished with Necroids and moved on. No, I'm doing research, and so that's why I'm sticking with it. I wish I could get more gear so I could use my honor. I guess we could do a few BGs. I'm trying to decide what else I need to do. Was a response on why they removed Slimecat from LFR. They wanted to give back the Friendship Moose community. Meanwhile, there's like 100 different boosting groups at the moment. Is this new? Did they just post this or what? It says the Dark Moon Fair returns. Bell, you already made a video. Which ones? This one here? Yeah, there's a lot of them. Just as most people have to farm. I have over 10,000. Okay, so I guess I'll go do these. There was a GM who said it. He said he'd like to see such communities return. Well, that's stupid. The reason why the Slimecat isn't going to have the same type of... The reason why the Friendship Moose worked so well is that... Okay, so... Alright. Here we go. So, you have Friendship Moose, Slimecat, right? Okay. And this is what you have to do to get the friendship moose. You see the problem there? You see why these kinds of things don't work? It's because this takes an average of 20 minutes. Takes an average of I'd say like 4 hours. So the other problem is that, well, yeah, but they're gonna make it to where you can do it whenever you want. So I'm not that worried about that. So it's not 4 hours for 3 raids. If you're talking about doing carries, it is, and that's what I was talking about. Because killing Archimon the first time in a normal group probably doesn't take 20 minutes long either. And so, yeah. It's called Channel Bell Your Eclipse. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll watch this in a couple of minutes. You know what the big deal is? Slime Cat's a good looking mount. It's not that hard to get. The problem is that WoW rating is... I'll do a react to this. I'll watch this. You have the Tazavesh mount already? Yeah, I do. Okay. It's video time. Okay.